Man, welcome everybody to another episode of No Balls, No Glory, the one and only, the people's champion. And I'm not here by myself. I'm here with my brother right now, gang related in the building. What's up, gang?
What's up, big dog? What's up,
What's up with you,
people? How
brother?
y'all doing? Man, on this road getting that bag in. That's about it.
That's what's up, dog. That's how we gotta be, man. Get that paper, man. Get your paper, man.
Yeah. I'm trying
What
to
city
take
you
care
in?
of future generations. So hey, my kid ain't gonna make that happen.
What city you in, brother?
Actually I'm pulling in the St. Louis. It is the Mount Vernon.
Mount Vernon, Illinois?
Yes, sir. Gotta
Oh,
go get
okay.
some
You local,
tires
huh?
and take them up to Ohio.
Oh, okay. Cincinnati?
Uh no,
What,
leave.
what
I
city?
gotta go up through Cincinnati though.
Oh, okay. That's what's up, dog.
Yeah. Where my cold ex-girlfriend lives. So I miss her. Miss that
Oh
girl.
man,
Miss you.
where the ex
Hey,
booster at, huh?
hey, you heard?
You gonna hit that horn when you ride through, cell phone check.
No, sir, I'm not doing that. You got too many babies.
He say, no,
Hey,
sir.
hey, I was on my GD over there. I got a project chick with a lot of kids. So she like my clothes, she love my ad lib.
Oh man. Dang, that's crazy, man.
Like, man,
That is crazy.
people all the way around. About
Yeah, oh yeah.
it's time to go. It's time to go.
Gotta go. Like and that's what my boy said, gotta go.
That way. That way. We
Hey
gotta
man,
go.
oh yeah, sometimes it be like that sometimes, man.
You're
It
gonna have
be
to go
like that
more
sometimes.
times than not.
Oh yeah.
You gotta be willing to pay more times than not. Other than that, you got
Uh-huh.
the sideline to watch everybody else play.
Yep.
Yeah. One thing for certain, two things for sure. I ain't never met nobody that got it right straight out the door. You gotta get your heart broke. They wanted to know what makes you feel good.
That's it, dog.
And then you properly apply to it.
Dang, man. That's crazy, man.
What it is. You don't
Oh
make them
yeah.
just play ball.
Say don't make them, just play by them. That's it, man. In that order.
That's what.
Just in that order, brother. You don't make them, you just play by them. That's it. Man, I sit back, I just like, you know what? It is what it is, man. Play the hand that's dealt to you, man.
That's it. Don't renege. I will call it. And I'm taking how many books I get on the renege? Four?
3 books,
Three?
brother. Three
Yeah,
books.
I will call it. You renege, let me get there.
You get 3 books on the renege. That's it, man. That's what you get. CC, the first lady, fell in the gig. What's up, C?
What's up?
Hey,
Nothing
what's
much.
up?
Yeah, she done cracked in the gig. She done fell in the gig. You got your moo on?
No, not yet. If I had my moo on, I wouldn't be on here.
I heard that. I heard that.
Moo will go straight to bed.
Straight to bed. Huh?
Yeah, it's one of those kind of days. I put the moo on. I'm going straight to bed. I ain't even got all the way comfortable yet.
It's quiet. Where the grandbaby at?
He in his room. He in his room watching Cars in the City. He just got out the tub.
Hey, first lady say, it's fine. Don't call him for
Not.
Let him be. Exactly.
It's a little too close to bedtime. That little boy gonna turn into a chatterbox.
What'd you say? Turn into a chatterbox, huh?
He's gonna be on here trying to show you all the whole collection of cars.
Dang.
Looking at the TV, talking about, I'm watching Curry. He's not even on yet, baby, but that's okay.
Who they play tonight?
Spurs.
Oh, okay.
They pretty much locked in 5 or 6. Something crazy has to something crazy has to happen for them to get to 4. And when I say crazy, it's like the Clippers and Denver will both have to implode going towards the end of the season, and the Warriors went out. Then they can get to like 4.
Hey, the Clippers known for doing that.
That is true. And the Clippers got a tough one tonight, though. I think the Clippers got a tough one tonight. They got one that could, like, whether or not they choose to use it as a statement game, it's one of those quirky ones. Because they got they got the Rockets. So the Rockets are locked into 2. OKC's locked into 1. OKC could secure home court throughout the entire playoffs with a win tonight. So the Rockets technically can't move up. But when you're potentially getting ready to play a team that you either can face in the playoffs, do you let them win to make sure you don't have to face them in the first round, or do you beat them to show them that you can beat them no matter what?
Yeah.
Because if you that deal, they need to send a message to the Clippers that we want all the smoke.
Right.
And win the
Bring
game.
us all the smoke, huh?
If they do that, then things get interesting.
No boy, Morant, he is not going to make it.
Huh?
Morant, he's not going to make it.
And
after all he won't leave the violence alone. So it's only a matter of time before he gets suspended for the rest of his career.
And I'm getting sick and tired of people posting it, like the gun celebration, showing other players in the NBA doing it. Like if it was somebody else, this, and like he being targeted. He's not being targeted. He put a target on his own back.
Right.
The NBA bylaws, the collective bargaining agreement, which he signed a contract to be a part of the NBA. It is in his contract. You are not to have a firearm at any NBA affiliate function or while traveling on NBA business. So when he brandished that gun at the strip club in Denver on a road trip, he violated the collective bargaining agreement and was lucky that he only got 8 games.
Right.
Because Adam Silver was like, okay, you are one of our up and coming stars in the NBA. Adam Silver is a guy that he gonna give you an opportunity. Just don't piss in his face. Like, they called him into the office. He said, "Look, y'all, we'd have heard the rumors about you pulling a gun on a 17-year-old kid. We'd have heard the rumors about this incident happening. We know you pulled the gun out on live. We're gonna give you 8 games, but you gotta tighten this up." And then what does he do?
Do the direct opposite.
Ride around in the car with a gun with your friend going Instagram Live. Like they not gonna attach you to that.
Right.
Sometimes when you get to a certain level, you got to disassociate yourself with people and places and things, man. You got to disassociate yourself. Even with
that, you got that chunk of games. Those 2 suspensions cost you close to $10 million in your own salary. Eliminated you from being able to get the Supermax extension last season. Because you missed the games, you qualify for no postseason awards, so you couldn't get at the end of last season. You did the gun celebration. You and Buddy Hield. They called the Warriors, they called the Grizzlies. Ja, we're gonna give you a warning. Leave that celebration alone.
But they still tax them though.
Not for that. Not for that. They didn't tax them for that. What they taxed them for? What you do? What you did, boy? Okay, you okay? Okay. They taxed him because the next night, after he gets the warning, 4 minutes into the game, he does it. That's why he got the $75,000 fine. Because you was warned not to do
it. And did the exact next game.
And you didn't even wait to get in. Like, they might have let you slide if Ja had went on some ridiculous heater, right? Like, if he'd have went on some heater in the 4th quarter, scored 25 points in the 4th quarter, hit the game-winning shot, because he brought him from behind. It's a big old emotional moment. They might have said he might have been able to say he got caught up in it, my bad.
What's the difference between him doing the gun signal, then you got people doing this?
The difference is he's been suspended because of that. That's the difference.
Yeah.
That's the big difference right there. You got caught in the strip club and you done brandished one online. Gilbert Arenas that already messed that up where you can't do that.
This is my thing. If you got all this money and everything, why don't you just hire people with hire ex-police officers to run your security. That's it. They'll have a firearm with them for your protection and everything.
But here's the thing, champ. I'm with you. If we were talking about somebody charged their job and he pulled a gun on because he felt like his life was in jeopardy somewhere.
Right.
And then they found out, and that's how the NBA found out he had a gun on him. Then it's like, okay, we're gonna hire him extra security, so can't nobody run up on him, right? But when you're at a strip club getting a lap dance and you got a gun out, you're playing with a gun.
Right.
And God forbid, what if the gun would have went off? What if the gun had a hair trigger and it went off and hit and killed one of them dancers? Now you got a whole different set of problems.
Different problem. And then you on Facebook Live riding down the street.
And not only that, if you that club business, if you that club owner, and he did that, now everybody trying to speak their bang rate.
Yep. Even cats that ain't even in the NBA trying to put their bang in.
I got just as much money as him. Why I can't get in fine?
Exactly. And then, but you know what? I'm telling you, one of the people who to blame for all this, gotta blame his daddy, man.
Yeah, and you know what the crazy part about it is, right?
Gotta blame his daddy.
The crazy part about it is you saying that, I believe that, and all this other stuff. But when Stephen A. said it, people said he was hating. But Stephen A. said that he told her, T, you need to stop sitting on the sideline trying to be his friend and get in that boy's behind.
Yep. You got to blame T for that.
Well, once your child reaches a certain age, all that get in his behind go out the window.
No, it's a grown man. The house you living in is because this young man then put you in it.
Hey.
It ain't even just that, but I'm talking about you can no longer check your child for making bogus decisions.
It depends on, but here's the thing. It depends on the parent-child relationship. Because I think what happened was when Josh started to play basketball and when Josh got big and he went off, T. Morant saw that as his opportunity to live the life that he wanted to live. That's what it was. Because do you remember when Shaq and JaVale McGee was going at it on the internet?
Yeah.
You remember who stopped Shaq from doing all that?
Who is that?
His mama. Shaq's mama. Called and told him, cut it out. But see, Shaq's mama didn't play with him at any point in his life. At any point in his life, she didn't play. His stepdaddy didn't play. So they can still call him and say, hey, you need to pull up from that. That ain't right. You're going too far with this.
Way too far.
It depends on the parent-child relationship. As an adult, if you got that kind of respect for your parents can still call you and say, hey, come on now. They just say it to you in a different manner. They ain't gonna tell you that it ain't gonna be like, I'm gonna whoop your behind, or I can take this from you, I can do that from you. They gut check you and tell you this, I didn't raise this.
Yeah,
that's about all you can say though.
Right, but I'm just saying,
when you're dealing with an adult, sometimes, I mean, when they get to that point, man, you gotta let them bump their own head.
Oh, you gotta let them bump their head.
You warn them about the wall that's coming. You warn them about that wall, but then you also gotta sit back and let them run head first into it.
Right, you gotta do that. But what I'm saying is
as a parent, you're not gonna stop being a parent until they stick you in the ground. Period. Whether they listen to you or not, you always got the right to say, hey, son, I don't agree with this. Or, I mean, you got that right as a parent. You're gonna be a parent until they stick you in the ground.
Which is true. So what's your word? The way I see it, and this is just me. At this point, I go hands off. I got nothing. I've done everything I wanted.
But I think what the reason why you hear so many people saying that about John's daddy is because they see and know that they see what John's daddy's doing, and they've been other people have been around it, and it seems like he's more interested in being his friend and living that lifestyle. And then also, one of those incidents that he got into was because his mama called him because she got into it with a salesperson at the finish line.
And that's when he came up there.
That's when he went up there.
Right, but it's like, why would you call your son and not your husband? That's your husband's job to protect you, not your son.
That's what I'm saying. That they living off of their son's name.
And she put her son in harm's way by doing that too, though, man.
Right.
So that's what I mean. That's why when people saying that about him, like, gang, you right. When your kids are an adult, you could only forewarn them of things you see them or roads they going down that are wrong. Or when they do something, you can tell when they do something and you get wind of it, you can straight up have a conversation with them, be like, hey, that ain't how I taught you how to handle situations like that. You know better than how to handle that. So you need to rethink your actions. You can call them out on their BS and then pull your hands off of them, right?
Yeah.
You can call them out on their BS. I think that too many people around John see all his daddy doing is kicking it off of his name.
That's it. Going to the club, popping bottles and stuff. Hey, man. Hey, first of all, brother, you got a whole wife at the crib, man. You don't need to be in no club popping bottles and stuff, man.
This is how like it's one thing, right? Like Kendrick Perkins always said, he getting tired of the jersey swapping and all that stuff, right? It's one thing it's bad enough for the players to be all in each other, be cool and kiki and holler, laughing at each other and stuff after games and stuff like that, right? And they supposed to be like battling with each other.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother thing when this man just completely like destroyed your son and the team, right? Was having a field day career type of night on your kid. And you dapping Steph Curry up after the game, laughing with him and kikiing with him.
I don't get that, brother.
Like, really?
I don't get him.
Like,
I don't.
You don't really like. And we have examples of NBA fathers.
Yeah.
You don't see Dale Curry doing that stuff to nobody.
Yeah, because
I want to share the life with my child instead of getting out of it.
Right.
Get out the life. Get out of it.
He act like he ain't never had no life, man, and he living it vicariously through job.
Remember that playoff series when the Memphis Grizzlies and the Timberwolves was playing, and John Daddy and Big Cat Daddy was going back and forth. Like, why are you bringing the spotlight on you, sir?
Right.
Didn't he get into it? Didn't T. Morant get into it with Shannon Sharp too?
He got into it with Shannon Sharp. Like, you might want to go sit your little behind down.
Right.
Put his hands on you, it's gonna be a problem for you.
Man, a whole problem, man.
But that's what
when I went on the college visit and Coach and I were finished talking, my mama walked off. And I was like, man, if you don't come on going with me, that's like she didn't want to be in the light. She was like, that's y'all business. And that's how I go.
I mean, it's so much to the point where one of the other big things with T. Morant was he's so seen, right? He's so seen that people's like, he looked like he could be Usher's uncle. So he sought out Usher. Usher ended up sitting next to him at a game.
Mm-hmm.
And they do favor.
They got a little resemblance.
They do favor. But I'm going to say he's eating all of this up. Like, if you notice, real NBA families and the real, like the well-known people in the NBA families do not sit courtside.
No, they sit up top.
They sit up top. They sit close to the floor. Like I think, like Steph's Steph family be like right a few rows up in a little section, but they not right on the floor. Like if the camera scans the crowd, you gotta look for Aisha and the kids.
Right.
You gotta look for LeBron's wife if she there.
Yep. And she very rarely come to games, man.
You're not gonna see them where the camera's gonna get them every time something courtside.
Right.
You just not. Half the time you don't even know their family's there unless they do something to acknowledge them.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I think
one thing you don't want to do is put a blemish on what's going on.
Because I think a couple games ago, because it's been floating around the internet, a couple of games ago, during a timeout, Steph walked over to where the tunnel was because Aisha was there with the baby and was playing with his son during the timeout. Because it's so, and that's the thing, you gotta do that. Chris Paul had to have a whole fan kicked out of a game for heckling his wife.
His wife and his mom, wasn't it?
His wife and his mom.
Yep.
Right.
So they don't, but here you got T. Morant. All you got to do at some point, you're going to see that little floppy hat standing up at a Memphis game.
With a drink in his hand. Yep. With a drink in his hand.
It's just, and it's crazy part about it, I like Ja coming out of college. I like Ja when he came into the NBA because Ja wasn't scared of nobody.
Right.
No.
He ain't back down from nobody.
When he came out of Murray State, he did his thing, but it just turned left for him, man.
Memphis,
I'm tired. I just don't know.
Memphis took too much of a persona for him.
When they get their first big paycheck, man.
Hold the press.
Not the rookie check.
Taj Gibson still playing in the NBA.
He is. Major League Baseball pitcher Pedro Martinez says that he has family members that's still missing off that roof collapse in the Dominican Republic that killed 79 people. No, the body total has went up. Last night it reported 79. It's 124 people been killed when that roof collapsed. That's the body count so far. 124 fatalities.
What roof you talking about?
It was at a nightclub in the Dominican Republic early Tuesday morning. When it was early Tuesday morning when a nightclub roof collapsed. Just the whole roof caved in. 124 people lost their lives so far, including former St. Louis Cardinals pitcher Octavio Dotel, and former Major League player Tony Blanco.
For real?
Yes. And then they said Pedro Martinez says he has family members that's missing after the roof collapsed as well. Sad situation, man.
Yeah, now that's pleasant.
What'd you say, gang?
I said that's pleasant.
Yeah, man.
You in there? Well, right, you're not dealing with the same code enforcement that you're dealing on this side.
Yeah. That's the situation, though, man. Hey, man, a lot of people was talking about that Vladimir Guerrero Jr. was chiming in on to say his hearts and prayers go out to the people in his native country, the Dominican Republic. If you guys know, Vladimir Guerrero just signed a 14-year, $500 million contract to stay a Blue Jay.
Oh, I know. And
then he got that 500. He got 325 million. That's includes a record. He has a record $325 million signing bonus. So they're giving this man 325 up front, baby.
Wow.
Hey man, you can do a lot with 325 million. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a sad thing about that situation down in the DR. Also, the police were called out to Tyreek Hill. Oh my God. Police was called to the house of Tyreek Hill and his wife over a domestic dispute.
When our athletes gonna learn?
Domestic dispute. They say no charges were filed.
When are athletes gonna learn? You have a situation going on with your significant other, just leave the house.
Yes.
And go cool down. If you got a whole lot. I don't understand. I get it. Tempers flare. People get caught up in the heat of the moment, and things like that do happen. But if was it Ray Rice?
Ray Rice. When Ray, him and his wife had their little altercation, and then they turned around. That's when they was boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right. If Ray Rice,
and then they turned around and got married.
If Ray Rice
got put out, he still got put out the league.
If Ray Rice, Zeke Elliott, and Joe Mixon did not teach you anything, walk away.
Walk away with this video, right?
Huh?
And Zeke.
The Ray Rice situation is hard to walk away when the motherfucker spit in your face.
Yeah.
Once it got to that point, yeah. But the thing that with the Ray Rice situation is y'all got in the elevator heated. Y'all didn't get heated in the elevator. You got to know when to walk away beforehand.
Yeah,
that's a life lesson. There'll be so many people who would be better off if you just kind of walked away from the argument before it escalated to that point. But the problem is people be trying to prove their point so much they don't realize that was. Wait a minute. That was their opportunity to walk away.
Like James say, it's hard when somebody spit in your face.
Right, exactly. But what I'm saying is that there was there was a window before you got to the point where she spit in his face. Like, you know, when you having an argument, you know, when you having when you get into a heated discussion with a person, right? You can tell they ain't hearing me.
Yeah, but you know how a lot of people, especially women, especially women, like getting the last word in.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and especially hard when you know that this person only got this lifestyle because of what you got going on.
Yeah.
So to tell me to walk away from a lifestyle I'm providing for you, in what world?
No, I'm not saying walk away from the whole situation.
In what world? People got to learn that you didn't supply, and this goes for both sides of the fence. If you ain't the one supplying the lifestyle, long as it ain't where, like, say, for instance, if I'm supplying a lifestyle and I started, then that's a different ball game. But you should never start nothing. You have no point to prove. You have 0 point to prove when you're not the one, the reason that you ain't got to get up and go to work anymore.
No, I'm not saying walk away from the person altogether, right?
Oh, I'll walk away from them altogether.
Right. No, what I'm saying is, because a lot of these situations, like the Ray Rice situation, right? 9 times out of 10 in the Tyreek Hill situation, you ain't finna leave the individual. You're not finna leave them alone. Right. So when you know, man, she on one of her moves, she ain't heard nothing I'm saying, bro, get her home. I'm going over here.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow.
All depends on come back tomorrow and all your shit too.
I'll be back tomorrow, whatever the case may be. You know, like, that's what I'm talking about. Just simply saying, hey, look.
It's like our forefathers, that's what they did was walk away. We deal with too many son and husband and daughter wives where the men don't know how to walk away because they never witnessed their mama walk away. That's the advantage of having a dominant male around, because I never saw my father, even when my mother was nagging him, I never even seen him respond. I only saw him walk away.
Yeah. And when I think about
that's in my DNA, you just don't even say nothing back. I've had elder men always say, don't argue with a female. Just walk away. Leave her on there. Leave her on there.
Leave her there
by herself. Around the corner and constantly want to pursue, then you always gotta protect yourself.
Hey man, hey, when I think about that, I always think about y'all remember the domestic situation with Greg Hardy for Carolina, when he was with Carolina? Hey, got into it with his girlfriend, and he turned around and he ended up choking her, man. He ended up choking her and putting her head underneath water and stuff, man. And then as soon as that happened, they threw him a 10-game suspension, and that's when Dallas turned around and signed him to a 4 or 5 year deal for around 70-something million. 48 of it, 40-something was guaranteed. I say, man. And the situation with Ray Rice, same thing with Ray Rice. He ended up marrying this lady and stuff, and she spit in his face, and Ray Rice was banned from football.
That's what I'm saying. Right. Like Zeke got into it with that girl, or Mixon got into it with somebody. And Zeke had some stuff happen in college.
See, Zeke got punished. Now that's crazy. Zeke got punished.
Zeke got punished for something he didn't do.
Zeke got punished for something that happened in college, man.
But here's the thing.
But it came down that he really, when they investigated, like the #1 investigator said, he didn't do it. So just the collective bargaining agreement. You gotta. I'm with what you're saying, First Lady, about the athletes need to learn. They gotta learn if we're dealing with these broke ass bitches, man. Period.
They gotta learn. They gotta do what you said. What you said, Game. Go find you a woman, settle down, and get married. Go find.
She also has to be like. She has to be on something. She gotta be doing something. If
right.
you go get to a female and you just tell her you don't have to work, you can sit there and do nothing. That's a recipe for fight.
Right, you got right. No, I'm when I say I'm with you on the fact you got to find somebody that can really have your back and don't necessarily need you.
Yeah.
But got your back, so you can have a stable environment to go home to. That's your that's your center of peace. That's what you got to find when you start really dealing with these things with these women. Because if Zeke's situation didn't teach anybody anything, the NFL has power to suspend you for conduct that they believe is detrimental to the league. So if it looks bad against the Shield, whether you was guilty of it or not, because you had your butt in the mix of it, and it looks bad, they can suspend you for that.
Right.
So therefore, stop escalating since you stop letting you, Tyreek, you got a lot of stuff on you. You already had an incident starting off the last season with a cop. Did the cop take it too far? Absolutely. Did you help?
He did not. That motherfucker was reckless driving and then tried to throw a hat into him.
But did you
gotta learn? I mean, I'm with the police on that one. I don't give a damn that you are Tyreek Hill. You could have ran into somebody and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And then you tried to throw a fit like I'm Tyreek Hill. Nah, dog. Nah. He deserved to grab your ass out and slam you down. Like, hey, nigga, I don't care about your leg. You could have killed somebody. One of these fans walking to the game because you want to do 90 miles an hour in a 35-mile-an-hour zone.
But then the whole thing was they pulled you over, right? The police didn't start going, I guess what you could call overboard, until you disobey the one rule we teach all our black men to do when they get pulled over. Window down, hands where they can see them.
That part.
You know what? I go a step further. I even teach my son this, man. I go a step further. And what I do when I say I go a step further is if I'm pulled over by the police and I tell my son that let down every window in the car and turn on your interior lights and have your hands on your steering wheel. That eliminates any type of, okay, I'm walking up on this car. I do that all the time, man. And 98% of the time, the police just let me go. I let down every window in my car, turn on my interior lights, and have my hands visible so they can see them.
Right. And
they say, like, thank you for my safety as well as your safety. You can go on about your business, slow down, or whatever I did.
Right. See, the thing is, I'm not saying they right, but you got to understand when you behind enemy's line.
Yeah.
A lot of us don't understand, don't have the common sense to understand you dealing with your enemy right now. So don't give it no ammunition.
And the thing about it is, he not really thinking. He wasn't even thinking about the bigger picture of it all. Because here's the thing: if you roll down your window, right, you close to the Dolphins facility. People start recognizing you. They start pulling over. Now the police got a whole traffic jam to deal with. Now they got a bunch of cameras in their face.
Right.
Now,
without the aggression.
Now they gotta be extra, because once the people start slowing down and cameras start going in and cameras start being pulled out, one of those officers is gonna pull old boy to the side and whisper to her, "Hey man, that's Tyreek Hill."
That's it.
Right.
That's
you can win without your mouth.
He's a Super Bowl champion.
He played for our Dolphins.
And
man.
he played for our Dolphins, man. We need to go ahead and just get this man a warrant so we can get these people out of here, because this is gonna be all over social media in 5 minutes.
Yep. And sure enough, social media, ESPN, Twitter, you name it. It was a social media nightmare. And then you get Drew Rosenhaus, his agent, involved. And then now you getting police and oh man, so you know the police got to back their own in that situation and stuff.
So maybe you don't get pulled out the car.
Right. He could have easily rolled the window down like, "Hey man, I'm Tyreek Hill. Everybody don't need to see me sitting here. Let me keep the window up."
Or if Tyreek Hill said, "Hey, my man, I know you're gonna probably give me a ticket and everything. I have no problem with that. Can we at least go down to the facility? You can come in with me. We go down to the facility. You can write my ticket out of the way of the fans and everybody like that."
Let's keep it hush hush. But nah, you want to make a scene.
That was that you know what? That was just like a situation years ago, over in East St. Louis, man. When Darius Miles came back, but this one he's playing with the Portland Trail Blazers. He came back home and was hanging out with his with his partners and stuff, and they in a car with several guns, drugs, and everything, marijuana, all type of weed and drug and handguns and stuff, unregistered. Now this is when Illinois didn't even have conceal and carry. So they in jail with unregistered firearms, weed, and everything. And the East St. Louis police, or the state, I think it was the state police or the East St. Louis police. They pulled them over, and they music bumping and stuff. And so a whole slew of them just swarmed on. They told him, "Get out the car, get out the car." Guns drawn. Hey, he said, I'm D Miles, man. I'm D Miles. He said, "What's up, man? I'm D Miles." The police said, "I don't give a damn who you is. Get on the ground." But right there, that situation was a stupid situation. Because now you come back and you get arrested and you lay face first on the ground, cuffed, and now you perp walk to the back of the car, and now you all over SportsCenter. You all over ESPN. You all over the local news and stuff.
Right.
Local local NBA star arrested, and then even though the vehicle was probably ready, but then they say guns and drugs. That's all they hear: guns and drugs, Darius Miles. And then after that, that's when everybody on Portland, Bonzi Wells got locked up, Rasheed got locked up, and they changed
the whole investigation.
Right. Now they used to call them the Portland Jail Blazers. Yeah. That's crazy. They called them the Portland Jail Blazers. Every time all these cats getting locked up. But I'm just certain when you hit a certain level, man, you gotta disassociate yourself with certain people, man.
That way. It ain't that you want to, it's what you gotta do. When you move to the crazy part about it is, especially as a black man, the more money you make, the less black people you actually see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that comes with the territory of getting the bag. That comes with the territory. And within that, you can't tie a snake around your neck and go amongst lions, expect them not to attack.
Yeah. Bible tells you not to throw your pearls among swine in the beginning.
Right.
That's a true statement too.
Right.
That's a true
I dare
statement.
you sow a seed amongst thorn and thistles. That shit not gonna grow. In fact, it's gonna kill you.
Yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. It is just crazy. I mean, let's be real, right? Jay-Z, we all know how Jay-Z made his first million, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he turned into a multi-millionaire, do you think Jay-Z was hanging around those same folks?
No.
Or did it? And when he started going into the industry,
he stopped hanging with Benny Siegel and Memphis Bleak and Freeway and all them guys, man. Dame Dash now. He kind of slid back away from them guys, man.
His circle got real small.
Yeah. Everybody can't go.
It got real small. He's able, just like this last the little thing they tried to pull with the Diddy parties and him, right? And the girl. Jay-Z ain't said nothing because you want to know what? Whether Jay-Z was there or not, he'd have covered his behind.
Mm-hmm.
That's the number one rule. Cover your own ass. First rule is don't get caught. Second rule is cover your own
ass. One thing I will say about Jay-Z and Beyonce and their family life is cool. Like they opened up one time and y'all didn't act right.
Gotta go.
They opened up one time and we didn't act right. Oh no, what they shut down the whole wing of the hospital when they had Blue Ivy. When they got married, all phones were taken at the door. Mm-hmm. There is not a picture of Beyonce and Jay-Z's wedding that you can get a hold of. Ain't nothing film photograph. When they had Blue Ivy, she posted pictures of Blue Ivy. Y'all start talking about that little girl. Talking about her hair, her nose, and everything else, and everything on the sun. Have you seen Beyonce and Jay-Z's son?
Nope. I didn't even know
they had one. The last time she had babies, she had twins, a boy and a girl.
Oh, I thought it was just a girl.
It was a boy and a girl.
Oh, okay.
And you barely see the little girl.
Right.
You don't never see the son.
Hey.
You don't
Rule
never.
Number three. Money don't change you, it changes the people around you. And that just simply means that person that never asked you for money will start asking you for money.
Yep.
And it wasn't until stuff got so bad and that woman that had no finances and no other choice. You didn't even know who R. Kelly was married to.
Right.
Mm-mm.
But when he fell almost $200,000 behind on child support and Drea couldn't do nothing, she had to accept that TV gig on Hollywood Exes.
Drea?
Yeah.
She married to R. Kelly?
The short, dark-skinned dancer?
Okay. I got you.
Oh, you know Hollywood Exes. The choreographer.
I got you.
That was R. Kelly's wife.
That's the one that had the girl.
Huh?
That's the one that had his daughter.
Yeah, he had a daughter and a son.
I thought he had two daughters.
No, I think it was a daughter and a son.
Okay.
And like the
daughter. You never see his shit out on that
His daughter was on was on one of the growing up hip hops. But at this point, she's an adult, right?
Uh-huh.
Like there are ways to do a lot of things. And these athletes need to take heed of that type of stuff.
Right.
Stop putting yourself in limelight like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you're doing your job right, you got enough attention on your sport alone. Another two is Ella May and Jason Tatum.
Mm-hmm.
They are straight, I believe they married.
Yep.
The rumors were out there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they were together.
That was that team. I'm sorry. That was that Portland team, 03, 04.
Okay.
They had Bonzi Wells, Rasheed Wallace, Damon Stoudemire.
Oh yeah, they was something else.
Ruben Patterson.
They was something else.
Terrence Miles. Who else? Travis Outlaw.
Right.
Sharif
What did they do to clean
Abdul-Rahim.
that up? What did they do to clean that up? They brought an adult into the room. They went and got Scottie Pippen.
Yep. Hey, when they brought Scottie Pippen, they shipped Bonzi Wells the fuck up out of there. They got
Bonzi
Rasheed.
Wells on that thing.
Hey, they got Rasheed Wallace in. They ended up getting Rasheed Wallace up out of there.
They didn't change it up until that thing got beat by the Lakers.
Yeah, they said because Rasheed Wallace was on that team. They went to the
Okay. They went to it. So it was Darius Miles, Rasheed, Bonzi Wells was on that team too, wasn't he? With Damon Stoudemire.
Because
Theo Ratcliffe.
I think they got Scottie Pippen in free agency.
Right.
Yeah. And I know Ruben Patterson was on that team. Because they tried to switch off and put Ruben Patterson on Shaq a couple times.
Shit, my man was on this thing too. Sean Kemp. Sean Kemp was the one talking about Kobe stop. That was Sean
Kemp. No. That was what's the name? Ruben Patterson called himself the self-proclaimed Kobe stopper.
No, Ruben Patterson had his feet in that buck. That was Sean Kemp shaking the bucket.
Because Ruben Patterson called himself the self-proclaimed. I'm looking at it right now. Ruben Patterson called himself, aka the self-proclaimed Kobe stopper. And Kobe used to love lighting his ass up.
Like, I don't know why people did that. It's like you just asked for it. This man does not need your motivation. He gonna figure it out on his own. He gonna make up a whole story in his head.
And this man don't even bother. This man wasn't bothering nobody. Oh yeah, what's his name was on that team? Quintel Woods too. Y'all know that was a team full of thugs, boy.
Hey, gang.
What's up?
Did you know about Jason Tatum and Ella May?
No.
Guess when it got confirmed?
What's that?
The Olympics this past summer. When Jason Tatum was taking a picture with his family, right?
Don't Jason Tatum, didn't he have another baby?
Yeah, with Ella May. They had a baby. She's in the picture standing next to his mama holding the baby.
Right. And that's when I'm like,
that's who was standing next to Brandy, huh?
Yeah, that was Ella May.
Dang.
And guess how gangster they was with hers? Ella May, she on social media, right?
Uh-huh.
You can go back on her social media all of 2024. Up to that point, like there's a picture of her right at a couple of months after she had her baby. And then when you look at the pictures, the date on it, it jumped from like late 2023 to late 2024. There's a whole like 10-month gap.
Big time.
Of no pictures.
Big time.
She didn't even let y'all know. She didn't even let the world know she was pregnant. And if you listen to her new song, The Little Things, she's talking about him.
It's just the little things.
She's talking about him. And then Jason Tatum with his new commercial, there's 3 sets of shoes on there. One's his size, one's Deuce's size, and there's a baby. But that's how you keep your family life separate. and you keep people out of your business.
That way.
And you change the circle of people that you're around, and that's what furthers your career. That's the difference between you being an NBA player and a brand that plays for the NBA.
And that's the thing right there. What Game was saying, Jason Tatum. Hey, now you got a baby by LMA. Might as well marry her. I mean, hey, she got money. She a Grammy Award winning singer.
Right.
So you might as well, hey, dog, you might as well.
Hey, keep you out the way.
Keep you out the way, dog.
The object when you get money, the object is not get in the way, it's get out the way.
Say what you want. Say what you want, right? Dwayne Wade, first wife is Cuckoo Cocoa Puffs.
Mm-hmm.
She crazy.
He should have actually
Gabrielle Union though.
Huh?
He should have actually stayed with her.
Now say with who?
I said so was Gabrielle Union. She's Cocoa Puffs too.
Oh, she nuts. She's super nuts.
Now, look, man, I'm gonna tell you this. You gotta be a certain level of crazy and certifiable for a judge to give your NBA player active full custody of the kids.
I don't think so.
In the state of Florida, yes, you do.
I don't think so.
They wasn't in Florida, was they in? I thought they were in Chicago.
Game. They will give that. She had everything as long as she's not unstable, right? Mentally unstable and unfit. The fact that he is gone half of the year on the road.
But the thing with
going to school year, because we got to remember the boys were young at that point.
But the thing with that though, Dwayne Wade had a parenting plan in place with his mama and his sister. His mom and his sister was down there at the house getting the boys off to school and getting them back.
And whether you can provide a better life.
Yes.
It go on that. And most men not gonna take that step Dwayne Wade took.
And Dwayne Wade paid her to go away.
Right.
He gave her money and he gave her money and she went back to Chicago.
Most men ain't gonna do that. Most men say, I'll take the kids and I'll just pay you for it.
Something was off for her. I'm gonna, because there is something.
Yeah, she married a dude that like boys.
Something was off for her. And but one of my whole point was the way when he got with Gabrielle Union, right? They had moment where they kind of separated before they got married, and he done went out here trying to just live his life and fool around, got another woman pregnant.
I better get out of here, buddy.
Hey, I gotta ask y'all this.
Okay.
If Dwayne Wade was still married to his first wife, do you think the youngest son will be the way he is to this day?
Nope, I do not.
I kind of agree with you on that. I agree with you on that one, Game.
You know why I don't know? Because I'm telling you, there's too many other stories that came out about Dwayne Wade's ex-wife. She was mentally unstable.
Well, I mean, when you got money, you can make the narrative the way you want to make it.
It's not him making the narrative. It's not him making the narrative the way you want to make the narrative. They do not. You have to be a certifiable, complete nut and crackhead type person to not be able to get. You got Dwayne Wade. Yes, that was his ex-wife, right? Yes, Dwayne Wade is the total breadwinner, right? But if this woman is,
don't speed past the Miami Heat and what's his name over there? They can do that. Don't speed past it.
And this is another thing. We don't know what that woman may have walked in and saw Dwayne Wade with another man and stuff. It
Exactly.
might we don't know what type
We
of
don't know
mental
none of that.
we don't know what type of mental stuff he done put on this lady and stuff that had her snapping out and tripping like she was tripping and stuff.
I'm not saying that Dwayne Wade was perfect. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm saying is,
no, what he won that championship with Shaq in Chicago. I mean, Shaq in Miami with Gary Payton and Mourning and all them guys. Dwayne Wade was Mr. Miami after that. Once he brought that championship to Miami, hey, he was the favorite son. He could have ran for mayor. They loved that dude there. And and the situation with him and his wife, you know, they go take the hero side. Dwayne Wade was the hero.
He had a machine behind him. She did.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, first lady, you gotta look at it like this. She might not have been on nothing, but they will send somebody over there and get her high and do all this, and while she passed out, take pictures. They will pay somebody to do that.
Or and like you say, Dwayne Wade got enough money, man. He can pay any psychiatrist, say anything or write up something that she's mentally unstable and stuff. Money, like Game just say, money do a lot of things. Money do a lot of things. Man, we've had us a great conversation and chop it up, man. We finna get ready to slide up out of here, but we finna do our what the hells, man. The ones we were supposed to did last night.
Hold on, let me get mine.
My Game, while Cece get hers, do you got a what the hell, brother?
I sure do.
What's your what the hell, Game?
So Saturday, I get off work late, I walk in the house. My phone rings. I just heard my phone going off. I ain't get a chance to check nothing. Right? People tap on the line. They like, man, you watching the new game? I'm like, man, I just walked in the house. My head hurt and I gotta, let me get straight. Man, he was like, man, just turn it on and watch. Right? I didn't look at nothing until the following day. This fool called me just to try to give me some shit about Duke losing. And so why what the hell go out to people champ? What the hell, people champ? Football season coming, I get my league back. Don't worry about it. Get right around the corner.
Hey, people champ, what the hell, man?
Why you gonna tell me Duke got beat? Oh, and hey, I got another one though. I want to give what the hell out to all these what's the name that said Cinderella was dead? Houston proved Cinderella ain't dead, Bobby.
Yeah.
It just took a minute to show up this turn. It's never gonna die. The underdog, you're trying to get us to buy into the fact that the underdog never gonna win, never gonna show up again. Bullshit.
The underdog is still living.
Man. And we all go for the underdog, period.
The underdog lives. CC, I think this CC's what the hell.
Hold on, wait a second. Is that it?
And some lost over 58.
Yeah.
It is. CC's what the
Tell
hell.
me this week doesn't feel like the playoffs already started.
This is to Wardell, Stephen Curry. He didn't got a little too. He didn't get to that point in his career where he don't care. Hey, Game. I want you to listen to this at probably like the 43-second mark and see if you catch what he says.
I mean, it does. We've set a goal of trying to lift our level of play, preparing for hopefully a playoff series, but we know every game matters down the stretch, and the intensity has been crazy. And that's what you love, like having something to play for is special.
You've definitely awed us with your three-point shooting before, but tonight under the basket, there was some serious creativity. Do you practice the falling out of bounds, getting fouled, flip over the head, or do those things just come with the shooter's touch?
My mom always used to say I was like the clumsiest kid, so I'm good when I'm off balance.
I love it. Lastly, this puts you within a game and a half of Denver. They're up next on your schedule. Just what's the Jimmy Butler effect on the confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games?
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's accomplished everywhere he's gone. Just the competitiveness and the presence.
Go back here. Listen to it.
Butler effect on the confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games.
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's accomplished everywhere he's gone. Just the competitiveness and the presence.
Did you hear what he said again?
What's that?
Steph,
You don't need to remind nobody what he is, who he is.
hold on. Listen to what he said, how he said it, though. Hold on, here it is right here. Listen close.
They're up next on your schedule. Just what's the Jimmy Butler effect on the confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games?
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's.
Did you hear what he said?
He said he definitely don't need to remind nobody what he is.
Cece heard it different. Cece heard him say that nigga don't need to remind him who he is. Hold on.
Accomplished this kid, so
Listen
I'm
to
good.
Lastly, this puts you within a game and a half of
Here it
Denver.
is,
They're up
listen.
next on your schedule. Just what's the Jimmy Butler effect on the confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games?
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's
Yeah,
accomplished.
yeah. He was going to say that nigga. And he got himself.
Everywhere he's gone.
The confidence, the spirit, and everything heading into these critical games.
He doesn't need to remind anybody who he is and what he's.
Wow.
He's doing 2 words. He on that.
That nigga remind you
That nigga don't need to remind you who he is. It's all right.
oh man.
Hey,
I think he
Rick.
caught himself, man.
he caught himself.
He almost said it.
You get a pass, though.
He get a pass. He light skinned, man. He get a pass, man. He the poster boy of the NBA. My what the hell, man, before we get up out of here, man. This is I don't
I'm
even
like-
know I don't even know what to call it, man. But my what the hell is bananas. And here it is. Food there.
Just capture and hit you down. Что там на игру?
Oh my God! He sitting down on. Look at the back of his head though. In a second. Food there. These are teeth marks. He started leaking after that.
Just capture and hit you down.
No, it's crazy.
Hold on, look at it. Food there.
Turn your back.
You know what's really crazy?
Just capture.
This is the thing with this. I'm gonna tell you what the thing with that. The guy smacked the lion like the lion was in the wrong. It wasn't the lion's fault. The lion do what he's trained to do. Right?
You know what's crazy?
Okay.
They have a whole resort, right?
Uh-huh.
And I believe it has to be in Africa, where basically your hotel is in the middle of where these lions live, and they can see you, and you can see them on the outside of it. Like you're sleeping where they sleep. There's some kind of big plexiglass thing or what, something that they supposedly can't get through. So they're just walking around like that. I said, I don't never have to be that close to nature.
Hey, Nick.
Man, what?
I'm
Believe
cool.
me, if they want in, they can get in.
I'm cool with going to see him at the zoo.
Right.
Man, but the thing is, this dude, he bit a plug out this nigga neck, man.
And you know what else is wild though?
Look at, he bit a hole in the back of his head, man.
You know what is wild about that?
Whoa, food there.
I realize a Cane Corso life force is worse than that.
Just the capture and he killed down.
And that man smacked the hell out that lion, man.
You ever trip off that?
Hey,
Hey,
man.
Tim,
Look,
you ever trip off of that though?
yeah.
A Corso's bite force is harder than that.
Oh yeah. And it's just look at, I'm just still enamored by he licked
Whoa,
like,
food
okay. And see, look at it.
Just the capture and he killed down.
Hey man, what the hell, man? This is my other one, man. Man, what the hell, man? Hey, leave the lions alone. That's all I gotta say, man. Leave them lions alone. Hey, man, that lion was chilling on the steps, not bothering nobody.
That lion mind his own business.
Mind his own damn business. Ain't bothering nobody. And they want to come mess with him. And he damn near bit a plug out that nigga head, man. He did.
The Papa Show, they versus City comes.
And then the crazy part, you'll be talking about the lion got to die because I ain't chasing the truck. Nah,
Right.
brother. Leave them alone.
Leave them alone, man. Let them be, man. Let them be.
You want to
Hey,
be
man.
good, you want to be out there chasing antelope. Y'all messing with them.
I don't hide.
Man, mess with that dude, man. Let that dude alone, man. Let him be. Hey, man, another great episode of No Bars, No Glory, man. Check us out on Tuesday when we be back. Hopefully with the rest of the crew. But other than that, man, I'm the people's champ. Got CC the First Lady, my brother Game Related. We gonna slide on out of here like last year, man. Peace out.
Oh.